Yeah, there's no question. You can hear it's very loud down here at Monona Terrace. They are here to party tonight, these volunteers. The main recall group, United Wisconsin, is throwing an event to reward all of its volunteers that spent 60 days either standing out in the cold, collecting signatures, or working the phones in offices across the state of Wisconsin, simply trying to get the message out. Now, most of these folks came from the GAB offices, where, in a scene reminiscent of last February, hundreds of recall volunteers and supporters gathered and cheered as people carried box after box of petitions inside. The Democratic Party of Wisconsin says they collected more than 1 million signatures to recall the governor. To give you some idea of what that means, it represents 46%, or nearly half of everyone that voted in the 2010 election for the governor. Now, the Democrats' next goal is to get the GAB to certify an election not as soon as they've counted all of the signatures, but as soon as they've counted the required number of valid signatures, which is just over 540,000. They say by state statute, that is all that's required to certify an election. They can then finish the counting the rest, according to the Democrats.
Scott Walker knows that if there was a recall election held today, he would lose. When he was asked about this by a reporter last week, he said that's absolutely categorically not true. My response to him is, then let's go have this election.
Part of the reason the Democrats want the election held as soon as possible is because the longer it takes to have that election, the more time it gives Governor Walker to add to his fundraising efforts. In fact, he's in New York tonight doing some fundraising. Along with the million signatures collected against the governor, the Democrats say they also turned in about 845,000 signatures to recall Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Kleefisch. And the Democrats say they believe that their efforts have garnered the most recall signatures per capita in U.S. history. But of course, there is still a lot of work to be done. Live at Monona Terrace, Greg Newman, 27 News.
While the Democratic Party really put its focus on recalling the governor, one local woman led the cause to oust Senator Scott Fitzgerald.
Hello.
Hello.
A big day for those who filled these boxes with signatures. And this woman.
These are the petitions to recall Scott Fitzgerald.
All right, who's delivering them?
Me and Lori Compass.
Oh. Lori Compass, a small business owner and mom from Fort Atkinson, who led the effort to recall Wisconsin's Senate Majority Leader. In 2 months, she needed to collect almost 17,000 signatures. She says she has more than enough.
Yeah, a lot more. It was these people here who did it.
She says the Government Accountability Board will be counting almost 21,000.
We'll see if they have the signatures. So.
Senator Fitzgerald says either way, he's prepared.
It's just like anything else. You got to stand for re-election. I've done it many times in the past, and I'll do it again.
Are you going to be running?
A lot of people have been asking me that. I have no idea. I've just been focusing on getting here with the signatures safe.
Compass says she doesn't know who should replace Fitzgerald, but that she would be open to running if there were no viable candidates. Compass says the residents of District 13 have shown they want a leader that listens to them.
Yeah, the unions were out in full force on the last weekend. There's no doubt about it.
Compass says it was an effort by the people.
That's an understatement.
And several hours after that, organizers turned in petitions to recall 3 other Republican senators, including Van Wangard of Racine, Terry Moulton of Chippewa Falls, and Pam Galloway of Wausau.
All right.